Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Chainmovers podcast. Happy Monday to you out there. As usual, I'm your host, Chad. I'm here with my co-host, Reed. How's it going, Reed?
Good.
Good? Just good.
I'm exhausted after yesterday.
Yeah, it was an entertaining day.
It was an entertaining day, and football and baseball.
Yes.
Entertaining.
Well, I mean,
more so football, but
we're hitting the pinnacle of sports fandomness here. It's coming.
Yeah.
You know, the NBA is going to tip off here. NHL season, puck drop, October
corner.
12th, I believe, maybe.
Can't remember. Yeah, it sounds right.
It's right around there. It's all coming together.
Yeah.
Just an exciting time to be alive, you know.
Makes too much work for us, though.
Yeah.
Only bad thing.
Yeah, we're gonna run out of time.
That's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world, I guess.
No, it's kind of a make-work deal. So,
Yeah.
right on. Well, we got a pile to get to today.
We do.
I got pages and pages to get to.
I have 2 pages, but
That's the most you've ever had.
exactly.
So you know it's a busy weekend.
When I'm bringing notes here, you know it's busy.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, holy shit! This guy walks in with notes in hand. I like it.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get after it. So, before we dive into the NFL games, just a couple little side stories I want to touch on. First one coming from college football. Ohio State linebacker Kayvon Pope quit at the half. He was running onto the field for a play. He's a senior, apparently a sophomore, waved him off the field. He did not like that and proceeded to go. Coach caught him on the sideline, was trying to talk him down. Looked like everything was okay. He proceeded to peel his helmet, shoulder pads off, and threw his gloves into the stands. And then went into the locker room and proceeded to tweet F Ohio State, which I think means he quit. So kind of an interesting story. I mean, kind of a Vontae Davis move there when he quit on his team at half. So, yeah. I mean, have you ever thought about that as an athlete, like quitting mid-game?
I don't know. Mid-game is... No, I've never...
No. You grind it out, right?
Yeah, at least wait till after the game.
Yeah, if you're pissed, I mean, go yell at your coach after the
I've
game.
I've been a senior. I've been replaced by a sophomore before.
Happens.
It's happened to me too.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, but this guy just went over the top, lost it. But, I mean, whatever. I don't know a lot about the guy. I don't know if he will find a new home or if that's going to be the nail in the coffin for his NCAA career. But regardless, he was cranky. So, next kind of side story before we get into the really good stuff. Josh Gordon, we talked about him on Friday. He's coming back. That is a fact. And rumor has it he's signing with the Chiefs tonight. So the Chiefs are going to have another weapon, which it looks like they could use, but we'll get into that next. What do you think about this? Do you think he's going to last? Do you think he's in game shape? Like, this dude hasn't played in like 2 years.
I think Josh Gordon knows this might be his last chance.
You think he's going to behave? Be a good boy?
I don't know. I'm sure on his 4th chance he probably thought this was his last chance too. So I don't know. No, but really, this has to be his last chance, right?
I would think so. I mean...
And, well, what better situation do you want than Kansas City? What else do you...
Yeah, I mean, you come back from a suspension, you're going to contender, right? I mean...
Yeah.
AB, same kind of situation, right? So he went to Tampa. Josh going to go to the Chiefs, and maybe.
The only bad thing is he's not going to be. I don't know, where does he slot in the receiver charts now?
Well,
2 or 3 maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you got obviously Tyreek, you got Mecole Hardman. Those are probably your 1 and 2. Yeah, Pringle would be your 3rd. I mean, tight end out of the equation, obviously. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, but Josh Gordon can easily replace Pringle, like, no problem. So.
Yeah, only good thing is I was not going to be relied upon to be the main guy. But
True.
He wasn't supposed to be the main guy in Seattle either.
No.
He was the 3 or 4 guy there too.
So. But he was the main guy in Cleveland, and he was good. Dude's super talented. I hope he can figure it out. I really do, because I'd be excited to see him play. But that's going to be exciting. He's going to sign to the practice roster, and then, fully expected to move up to the active roster, within a couple weeks, I assume. So, But
At the moment, I don't think he's worth a spot on my fantasy roster.
no, I'm guaranteed someone in our league is going to run out there and pick him up.
Probably.
But who knows if he ever cracks that 53-man roster? That's a gamble in itself.
Yeah,
So
we'll see.
we'll see. But let's get down to business. What a Sunday it was, my friend.
Yeah.
Very excellent NFL Sunday. Let's start Chargers Chiefs, shall we?
Yeah.
I don't think really either of us seen this coming. We kind of expected a good game, but Chargers win this one 30-24. That takes the Chargers 2-1, drops the Chiefs to 1-2. That's the first time the Chiefs have been at the bottom of the AFC West by themselves since 2015. Herbert outdueled Mahomes, I would say, in this one. 26 of 38 for 281 and 4 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike Williams looking like his favorite target there. He went 7 for 122 and 2 touchdowns. Mahomes 27 of 44, 260, 3 touchdowns and 2 picks. Thoughts on Mahomes' game?
Well, I expect the Chargers to show up in this one. I didn't expect them to win.
You called that one. I think you said we were looking for a good game. So.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough betting against the Chiefs, so I just can't bring myself to bet against the Chiefs any one day. But
it's getting easier.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone's really surprised, though, right?
No.
Like the Chargers have some talent.
They do. Yeah.
And it's about time Austin Eckler did something to help his team win too.
Yeah. Well, he's actually healthy, so that's step one.
Keenan Allen's been the main guy there. He had an average day, touchdown, helped him. But yeah, Mike Williams, very hot and cold, that guy. But he's very tall.
He's been very and fast. He's been consistent the first 3 games of this year. Him and Herbert got something going on there, and I wasn't lucky enough to draft him in fantasy. He's normally hanging around in those later rounds because he's always second fiddle to Keenan, right? But Kansas City 4 turnovers in this game, 2 come from Mahomes. One of those picks was really out of his control, and then a couple fumbles. I guess maybe the more important question, Herbert. Is this kid as good as Mahomes?
I think he's going to win more than one game against him before we can say that. Once again, not surprising, but he's got to do a little bit more before we start talking about him like that, I think.
He did a lot last year with very little. The team is gradually improving. And now I think that they finally rid themselves of Phillip Rivers, which, I mean, Phillip, we talked about this Friday, how they just managed to lose those 1 and 2 point games every week with Phillip Rivers at the helm. Phillip's probably going to go to the Hall of Fame. That's an interesting discussion in itself. But I like where they're going. I don't like the Chargers, but I like where they're going with Herbert. I think they got something there. So.
They held Tyreek Hill to 56 yards receiving, I believe.
Yeah, he didn't do much. He had a fumble, too.
So if you're going to beat Kansas City, that's the game plan. You got to shut down Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
It's the only way you're going to win.
Yeah.
And they did it, and they won.
Excellent football game.
Yeah.
Excellent game. So the Chargers sit in second in the AFC West. So that was a big divisional game for both teams, of course. Let's slide over just quick. Titans Colts. Titans 25, Colts 16. Titans are 2-1. Colts are 0-3. My Titans are getting red hot here. They're looking good. Week 1 jitters out of the way. If we think back to last show, had AJ Brown, I busted him, and lo and behold, he went 0 catches for 0 yards on 2 targets, and then left with an injury. Derrick Henry, 28 carries for 113 yards. Carson Wentz, again, very pedestrian day, didn't do much at all. I mean, the Colts 0-3, those losses start to take a toll on your mentality, right? I mean, we're heading into week 4. They're still searching for their first win. I don't think they're that bad of a team, but the combination of Carson Wentz playing quarterback and, some tough losses, it's going to be a long season for the Colts.
Yeah, I think the Titans are just a good team.
Oh, I agree.
And they're just hitting their stride, and You get into one of those drag-out, knockdown games with Tennessee, it's just not the kind of game you want to play.
No.
You got to be able to put up more than 16 points if you want to beat Tennessee.
Yeah.
And it's basically, like, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You can't score. I don't know, Wentz, he's got 3 good running backs, Marlon Mack, Hines, and Taylor.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he ain't getting any better running backs. So if Carson can't do it here, then I don't think he can do it anywhere.
I don't think so either.
Tennessee is a good team. Colts, I don't know if the Colts will think they'll finish over 500.
I'd say no.
I don't think so.
No. The injury bug's just going to keep racking up guys and taking more of your talent off the field, and that's something they can't afford. So, Titans win 2-1, Colts 0-3. Bengals Steelers. This was you said it would be a dandy game. We figured a 17-14 game. Ended up finishing 24-17 for the Bengals, right? I believe was the score.
Yeah, something like that. 24-10 maybe.
24-10. Yeah, you're right. Bengals move up to 2-1. Steelers down to 1-2. That's the first time the Bengals have beat the Steelers on the road since 2015. It's been 6 years since they went into Heinz Field and won. So that's got to feel pretty good, especially for a young Joe Burrow, who had a rather pedestrian day. He had 3 touchdowns. Jamar Chase had 2 of those. If we think back to Friday, you boomed Jamar Chase. I busted him. And lo and behold, he come up with another beauty. I think the big question here, Najee Harris had a nice day too. I boomed him last Friday, and he had 14 receptions for 102 yards, only 14 carries for 40 yards. So quiet on the ground, but busy through the air. But Big Ben dropped back 58 times. For that many dropbacks, he should have 400 yards. He had just over 3. Yeah. I think the big question here is, what is Pittsburgh going to do at the quarterback position? I think arguably Big Ben's the worst quarterback in that division right now.
I don't know. They went out and drafted a running back for a reason, I think. Harris played well. 14 rushing yards for 40, but caught the ball for 102 yards.
14 times, yeah.
14
on 19 targets.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
I don't know. Does that tell you maybe Big Ben isn't in the best of shape?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've seen a few of those plays where he tried to roll out, and it looked like a big giant toddler trying to roll out of the pocket, and he's tripping over his own feet, and I don't know if Ben's not healthy or Ben's just done. I don't know what the answer is there. I do know, well, the Steelers are resilient, but they've always had Ben to lead them through it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think he's going to come back. I really do. And if he doesn't, they're in for a long, long season.
The defense needs to pick it up a little, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, you put up 10 points, you're not going to win many games in the NFL, honestly.
No.
That's just the way it is. Let's
Joe Mixon, 18 for 90.
Decent day.
Good enough.
Yeah, that'll do it. Especially when the other team only puts up 10.
Yeah.
Let's slide over to the Bears Browns.
Okay.
Bears now 1-2, Browns 2-1. Kind of going back to the Chiefs, they're literally a botched punt away from being 0-3. Remember that game against Cleveland? Buddy's fumbled the snap, botched punt. Anyway, long story short, yeah, Kansas City's lucky to have one win. Let's put it that way. Bears Browns, Justin Fields made his debut. Browns had 7 sacks. Didn't go.
He had a rough day.
I don't imagine.
Rough day at the office for Justin Fields.
I don't imagine he envisioned his first career start going like that.
Hey, nowhere to go but up.
We were talking before the show. Net 1 passing yard.
Yeah,
is what he had.
He threw for 68 yards, got sacked for 67. So 68 minus 67 is 1. So he had 1 passing yard.
Wow, that's terrible. The entire offense had 47 total yards.
Yeah.
In a whole game.
Yeah. I haven't seen that. Have you seen that before?
Never. I've never seen an offense play that poorly in my life. And so now all of a sudden, Matt Nagy comes out and all three quarterbacks are in play for next week. It's a toss-up who's going to start. Because that's the problem. The quarterback is the problem, right? Come on. Matt Nagy is the problem. And if anyone can't see that, I mean, you guys are supposed to be an NFL team. And this one wasn't even close. It finished 26-6, but they were lucky to get that.
Well, you had a Super Bowl winning quarterback on the bench.
Sitting there, ready to go.
He's on your team. You can play him.
Yeah, you're paying him. Yeah, you may as well dress him. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you turn back to Andy Dalton. I don't think that's your answer. But Matt Nagy, he must have pictures of the Bears management or something to hang on to his job, because this dude doesn't have a clue. The offense is so inept. They can't pull it together.
I don't know. Do they move away from Montgomery, try somebody else out of running backs?
I don't think he's the problem either. I think he's pretty good.
Well, he's a guy who's ranked so high in fantasy. And I don't remember him ever. He's had some good games, but he's never been a guy. I don't think that's ever changed.
No, I think his best season he had 1,200 yards, maybe over 1,000 yards, which is pretty pedestrian. Most backs, hit that 1,000 mark plateau if they stay healthy. I don't know. It was
not exactly like there's a overload of receivers there either, but there's a couple guys.
Yeah. I mean, Allen Robinson should have more than 47 yards in a game, and your entire offense can't even put up 47 yards. Like, oh man, what a mess. I mean,
this isn't quite the same Bears defense, but they got some pieces on the defense. They're not bad.
Yeah.
Like, Mac is still there.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. You need more than Khalil Mack.
You do, because they just double team him and take him out of every play, right?
Yeah.
It's no different than Aaron Donald for the Rams, right? He gets double teamed. That should open up a lane for somebody else to blitz through. If you're running man, whatever the case may be, I don't know. The Bears...
The only good thing for the Bears is that they're in a good division right now.
True. They're in a super weak division.
They're tied for second still, aren't they?
Yeah. With one win, Green Bay leads that division with 2 wins. Pretty unreal. Yeah. I don't know. If you're the Bears, I think you got to actually sit back and take a look at how this offense is being run. And I mean, it's not a mystery. I'm not the first guy to notice that Matt Nagy's a terrible coach. I think you got to move him on, and now, because you get paid to win now. Yeah. All that matters in the NFL is wins and losses, and they're not going to have much of either.
Okay. Well, who would you start if it was like, say you're the coach? Who are you going to start next week?
Well, I'd probably roll with Nick.
Nick Foles?
Yeah, I'd try him out.
So would I.
Why not?
Yeah.
What's the harm, really?
Who is Dalton was playing when they won their one game?
Yes.
And he got hurt and Fields came in after.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, Matt Nagy's got a decision to make.
Well, he does, or the Bears management does. But regardless, they need to do something.
Maybe Nick Foles has a decision to make.
Maybe he's going to say, I don't want to play for you guys.
Maybe.
I'm going to hide. Wait and hide. Let's move over. I want to play a little clip here. We did have some history made in the NFL this weekend. So enjoy this one.
Tucker, it will be the longest in NFL history if it's good. A 66-yard try. Tucker's kick is on the way. It is good to the crossbar, and it tumbles through. It is good. Time has expired. Justin Tucker with the longest field goal in NFL history.
That was Mr. Justin Tucker and his golden leg hitting a 66-yard field goal to beat Detroit in the dying seconds of that game. I thought the Lions were going to squeeze this one out. I was a little nervous there. I don't think anyone took the Lions to win that game. So, yeah. What do you think of that, Reed?
Well, even before the field goal, just a matter in which that game went down at the end. I believe, well, Baltimore was winning that game basically all game long.
Yeah.
I think it was like 16-7, and then Goff let them down. They got a touchdown, 16-14, I believe.
Yep.
And the Lions go kick a field goal with, 40-some seconds left?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And then Lamar down a point. What was it? Yeah, down a point. No timeouts, too, I don't think.
No, this was like crunch time.
So I don't know. Just a dagger.
Unreal. And the Lions lose in the most Lions way possible while getting history made on them. Obviously, that moves the Lions to 0-3, puts the Ravens up to 2-1 for a share of the lead in that AFC North, which is looking like a tough division again, as it usually is.
So 66, the old record was 64 yards.
Jason Elam.
I'm not mistaken.
Denver Bronco. In the thin air, he kicked that one.
In Denver.
This one was not in the thin air.
This wasn't in the air at all.
It was in the dome. Impressive.
This is crazy.
It is crazy.
It's a crazy. If you list top 10 crazy, I don't know. This will be on the top 10 crazy playlist this year.
Oh, absolutely.
Quite sure.
Yeah, like on that TSN Top 100 that you watch over the New Year's break or whatever.
This will be a top 5.
Yeah, it's got to make its way in there because, wow, good on him. Justin Tucker, the man.
If I'm not mistaken, he's made like 48 field goals in a row or something.
Yeah, he's ridiculously good.
Within a certain yardage.
I think he has like a 92% career hit percentage.
I think, yeah, you're right.
He's the best kicker in history.
I think he has 47 made field goals in a row.
That's absurd.
I
Probably
think
from
that's
within
true.
50.
Within,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inside of 50 would be my guess.
Because he missed one last year, I remember.
Yeah, he don't miss very often if you can remember him missing one. So, and Hollywood Brown, Marquis Brown, 3 drops, 2 drop touchdowns, hit him right in the mitts. Lamar played really well, I thought, from a throwing perspective. But I mean, receivers have those days, right? That happens.
He's earned it. He's earned a bad day.
Yeah, he'll be back next week. I'm not too worried about it. Saints Pats. Just want to touch on this one quick because you and me differed on this one dramatically, and you came out the victor. Saints took this one 28-13, I believe it was. Saints are 2-1. Pats are 1-2. That's the Saints' first win in New England since 1995.
These two teams don't play each other very often.
No, they don't. But still, that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's 26 years ago.
Yeah.
Since they won in, well, it wouldn't have even been Gillette Stadium then. But, yeah.
Patriots are in a tough one.
They are.
They have a rookie quarterback, and it's going to be a while.
And he went.
So buckle up, Pats fans. You're in for a bumpy ride.
And guess who comes to town next week?
Yeah.
Tom. Tom's coming back next week.
That's nice.
Lay a quick beating down on the
Sure,
Pats
looking
and
that way.
Wolf. Mac Jones, 30-51, 270, touchdown, 3 picks. Tough day for the young fella.
Yeah.
But you called it. Said Mac Jones hasn't proven anything yet, and he hasn't. He looked very, very pedestrian in this one. So, Cards Jags. Well, I think this one ended exactly how everyone thought it was going to. Granted, it was a tight game up until the half. Cards 31, Jags 19. Cards 3-0, first time in a long time. And Jags 0-3, which is they haven't won a game since week 2 of last year.
Really?
That's a true story.
Who would have thought the Seahawks would be in last place
At 1-2.
at this point? I believe they're in last place.
Yeah, they are. But that division is stacked.
Yeah.
So good. Not much to write home about in this one other than we got to witness a 109-yard kick 6. Don't see that very often.
No.
And, yeah, Cards kicker. Who is Cards kicker? Hopkins? Dustin Hopkins?
Not sure.
I think he was trying a 68-yarder, missed it, and the Jags managed to bring it back to the house. 109 yards.
You see that in college much more than
Yes.
NFL.
Yeah.
But still, that was pretty sweet too.
It was pretty awesome. And
That might be in the top 10 crazy plays too.
no holdings, no blocks in the back, which is crazy. So, Cards win that one, just as we expected. Jets Broncos. Broncos 26, Jets nothing. Reed's upset of the week. Didn't even show up.
No.
Zach Wilson, 2 more picks. Broncos 3-0. They played some shitty teams to start, but they're still 3-0.
Yeah.
And the Jets are 0-3. And I'm calling it right now, the Jets will not win a game this year.
Not one?
Not a one. They are complete garbage.
And I can't even make up a argument to
I don't care.
disagree. What am I going to say that can counteract that?
Nothing.
Maybe Zach Wilson will run for 400 yards. Because they don't have a running back.
And throw 0 picks. Maybe he'll throw 0 picks and run for 400.
He's going to start throwing it to himself.
He's got to do something.
Yeah.
0 points. You don't see many shutouts in the NFL, but you got to witness one on Sunday if you watch that game.
They'll win one game. They'll wrestle one out.
Winless. I'm going winless here right now. Yeah.
18 games, not one win.
Not a one.
You might be right.
There is nothing there to make me believe that they're going to win. We're talking of shitty head coaches. Adam Gase, he was pretty bad. But they got, what's that guy's name? He was
their new coach?
Yeah.
Robert Saleh.
Yeah, he's just a nutcase. I thought he could maybe inject some energy into that lineup because he looks like he's on the juice pretty hard. And no.
He might get out there and play.
He's going to run the ball.
He might.
Show you boys how it's done. Yeah, embarrassing. The Jets are horrible. They're awful. And, yeah, they won't win a game. There you go. You heard it here first.
All in one game.
0 games. I'd like to think even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, but it won't be this season. I'll tell you that much. They are horrid.
Should we move over to your upset?
Yeah, let's slide over there. This one panned out a little better. Vikings Seahawks. Vikings 30, Seahawks 17. I said they were going to win by a field goal. They did a little better and they won by 13. Vikings 1-2, best 1-2 team out there. I think they're even better than the Chiefs. What do you think of that?
I don't know. It's too early to tell, but yeah, it was about time. Kirk Cousins finally showed up.
Finally? He throws for at least 3 touchdowns every week with 0 picks. Every week. He finally showed up.
It's finally rewarded. He must have went to church.
Finally shows up. You're going to try and blame that on Kirk? Come on.
No.
Russell.
I don't mind Kirk Cousins. But he's proven to me over and over again that
he can choke with the best of them.
Yeah. He's just. There was a couple of years where I thought they could make a serious run, but they never seemed to do it. And they didn't even have Dalvin Cook yesterday either.
They did not. They had Alexander Madison.
Yeah, which makes it more impressive.
Who went for 26 and $112 on the ground. He played well.
The Seattle defense, though, is just not the same Seattle defense.
No, I told you it's not. I told you.
Yeah.
Fun fact on this one, Russell Wilson's first ever loss to the Vikings. First ever in 7 tries.
Yeah.
Crazy. Hey? You don't find that as crazy as I do.
There's lots of stats that, I don't know, I'll make up a stat next week too.
No, that's true. That's fact. Yes, that is a fact.
I like the stats where, like, the baseball stats where he's hitting
600.
Teoscar Hernandez is hitting 300 in the month of September on the road against American League teams.
Between 60 and 80 degrees outside in matinee games when the wind's blowing from the south.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know. I'm sure there's probably more teams that have never beat Russell Wilson that I'm not aware of.
Yeah, be interested to...
This is the Sunday night stat they always put up on the screen that just blows your mind.
Yeah, they're always looking for some kind of stat to put out there, and they found that one.
So my upset was wrong, yours was right. Should we move over to our locks?
Yeah, we should. Let's start with mine.
Okay.
Raiders-Dolphins. Raiders won this one in a clenching overtime victory after they traded opening overtime field goals. Raiders managed to drive it down and kick the game winner. I said bet the spread, and it was 4, and I was wrong. I don't know where the Dolphins come from on this one, but 31-28 puts the Raiders at 3-0.
Yeah.
Dolphins at 1-2. After that game, are you questioning the Raiders a little bit?
Not really, because they did it without Jacobs again.
That's true. And Barber actually had a nice day, Peyton Barber.
They made it, well, I don't know, in the NFL, a win's a win.
That's true.
A win's a win. They did make it tough. They were up, 25-17, and then the Dolphins scored last second, made the 2-pointer. And then we had some overtime action that they played a full, 60, they played about 68 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, they damn near
They did it the hard way.
Overtime.
Usually, I don't know. The Dolphins always play teams tough, though. It's tough to say. But Miami, I don't know.
They didn't play Buffalo tough last week.
No, that's true.
35-0.
They don't have two. Who was playing? Jacoby Brissett was playing quarterback.
Yeah.
No touchdowns, no picks. I think he threw for 200 and some yards.
Yeah. That's what you're going to get,
Typical.
right? Yeah.
And Gaskin, I think, ran for a touchdown in a bit. But once again, if you're Miami, I don't know. Jaylen Waddle had a good game. I forget what he went for, but you have it written down here somewhere. No, he caught 12 balls, 58 yards.
Jeez, he was busy, though. Not a big yardage total, but he was busy.
Gesicki, 10 catches for 86 yards.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know.
Tua?
Raiders just get it done.
Tua will be back in 2 weeks, probably.
I'm not sure.
Cracked ribs, so we'll put a flak jacket on him and get him out there.
Yeah.
He'll be okay. Let's move on. Go ahead.
How many wins are you in Miami this year?
6.
6 wins.
I'd have to really look at their schedule, but shoot from the hip, 6 wins.
Do they have a win already? I don't think they.
No, they're 1-2.
Who did they beat? They must have beat somebody week 1.
Yeah.
I forget.
I don't remember who it was. We could probably find out if you're really curious.
It's okay. It's just Miami.
Yeah, they're not going to make any noise.
Sorry for all the Miami fans out there.
Okay.
I know there's a couple.
Yeah, there is a few.
There's always a couple Miami fans kicking around.
It's annoying. They beat the Pats week 1, 17-16.
That's right.
Yeah.
They always beat the Patriots.
Which is weird. They always beat the Patriots. 27-14 Cowboys into the third quarter. So
27-13.
Not much happening in that one since the half, other than the Eagles put up a touchdown, but they look.
So Mr. Horner's 2-0 this week. And I'm 1-1. My luck did come through though.
Yes.
This was perhaps the game of the week.
Excellent football game. Green Bay 49ers. Green Bay taking this one 30-28. Green Bay 2-1. San Fran 2-1 now. Tell us about the end of it.
Okay, well, first off, I'll tell you my experience with this game.
Okay.
I have Green Bay in my survival pool. I went Green Bay, which after, I don't know, people think I'm crazy, but I don't think it's that crazy. But anyway, Green Bay up 17-0. I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Game turns to 17-14, not a surprise. San Francisco's coming back. Makes its way to 24-20. 27-20, 27-21. San Francisco scores for their first lead with about 40 seconds left. Reed turns the TV off, doesn't want to watch anymore.
Reed's choke.
Reed checks his phone. 37 seconds left. Green Bay has 1 timeout.
They had no timeouts.
You sure? I think they did.
0. Aaron burnt the last one prior to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, maybe. I forget.
I 100% swear that's what happened.
But in true Aaron Rodgers form and true Devontae Adams form, a couple of big receptions, sets up Mason Crosby for a 51-yard field goal try.
Drills it.
And sure as heck,
drills
are
it.
done.
Excellent football game. I think everybody in the back of their mind, everybody in that stadium in the back of their mind when they seen 37 seconds left on the clock, weren't sold on the fact that the 49ers are going to win this game. I watched this game start to finish. I don't know why the hate for Jimmy G. You know, when they put Trey Lance in for that one play when he ran that QB keep, and everyone was just losing their minds, you know, Trey Lance. I thought Jimmy played a decent game.
Yeah.
He had his opportunity to beat Aaron Rodgers. He did what he had to do. He drove him down the field, scored the touchdown. You know, I mean, maybe we should point the finger at the defense for leaving Devontae Adams wide open over the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm the 49ers, I'm doubling Devontae, and Aaron can beat me with someone else. But why would you single man Devontae? And they were running zone, actually.
They were protecting the sidelines.
Yeah, they're running a too high zone. I don't know. I just think it was a bad sequence of events for the 49ers, and it could have been managed a little differently. But hindsight's 20/20, right? So, but a whale of a game, hell of a Sunday nighter. Yeah, that's about all I got for the NFL.
So there's me. I'm in the Yahoo survival pool.
Mm-hmm.
There's me and 42,000 other people.
There's still 42,000?
42,000. Only through 3 weeks, 3/4 of the people remain.
Really? I'm surprised there's still that many.
Yeah.
For some of the shockers we've had so far. Who are you taking next week? Who do you like?
I don't know. It might turn into whoever plays the Jets.
Titans next week.
Yeah,
That's a lock.
That's what everybody. Yeah. Week 13, you got to start picking 2 teams.
Oh, really?
That's how they whittle it down.
Ooh, that gets
So,
interesting.
We'll see. Me and my one buddy are still alive in this, so Friday press conference, me and him. We'll see what we're doing. Maybe a Zoom call.
Discuss some strategies.
Yeah, he lives in Calgary.
Yeah, I mean the Titans should be a lock for next week, I would think. But
In New York, we'll see. Cincinnati, probably a big favorite against Jacksonville on Thursday.
I'd be careful on that one.
Yeah.
That's a Thursday night
I don't
game.
like picking Thursday night.
No,
games in
no,
general.
I'd stay away from that one if I were you. I even like the Chiefs.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or the Lions.
Over the Bears?
Oh yeah, the Bears are garbage.
We'll
Bills,
see.
Texans. Bills should be a lock this week, or have you picked them already?
Bills, I took the Bills already.
When they thump
Took
Miami.
Carolina week 1, Buffalo week 2, Green Bay week 3. So we'll see. I wanted to keep the good teams for the end, but I think you got to get to the end first.
It's hard to do. That's hard to do. Yeah, let's slide over to MLB. Let's talk a little baseball. What do you think?
Trying to see what time we have here. 8:49.
Oh, we got lots of time.
Yeah, we got lots of.
Lots of time left.
Baseball might even be more exciting than football, to be honest with you.
It's getting good, Reed. It's getting real good. NL?
This doesn't really happen that much, does it? We have these, like how often do we have these
Tight wildcard races?
these tight wildcard races at the end of the year.
Typically
Sometimes,
one,
but
AL or NL.
it doesn't get much better than this though.
Whew. Let's start with the AL. Tampa, White Sox, Astros, currently your division leaders. Yanks game up on the Red Sox. The Red Sox hold that second wild card spot. Jays 1 game back. Mariners 2 games back. And the A's 3 games back.
Yeah.
Do the A's legitimately have a shot? What's their schedule look like? Do you know?
They just finished. Them Mariners and the A's just finished. I don't know who they play now. But still, that's an uphill climb if you're Oakland. 6 games left.
And there's a week left
3
in the
back.
season.
Not impossible.
You got to win out.
You gotta win
Pretty much, right? So.
But the tough thing too is that the Yankees and the Jays play each other. So how are you going to gain any ground on them?
That's the problem. One of those two is gonna keep gaining. So I'd say they're a super long shot. But
even if you're the Mariners too, what do you gotta hope that the Yankees and the Jays, somebody goes 2-1.
Yeah.
If somebody sweeps that series, the Mariners are out.
They need the Jays to go. They need the Jays to lose, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
And Boston, I guess, right? At 2 games back.
Yeah, you're right. They need the Yankees to win.
Yeah, you may as well pull for the Yanks because they're already pretty much locked into a spot. That's a crazy race.
And
And
the Red
Oakland's
Sox-
currently up 3-0 on the Mariners right now. Top of the third. So
They just played. They must have back-to-back sets then.
that could be. White Sox won again tonight.
Who does Boston play?
That's tomorrow.
Boston has Baltimore. Ooh.
The Yanks have the Jays.
Yeah, as long as the Jays take care of business.
Oh, tune in to that one.
I can't tell you what's going to happen. You just got to watch.
That's a 5 o'clock start. Everybody's just getting home. Kick that one on if you're home. It's going to be a dandy. I guarantee it. NL. Let's move over to the NL because that is also getting interesting. Currently, we've got Braves, Brewers, Giants. But Philly's only 2.5 back of the Braves to win that division, which is pretty crazy. The Dodgers are only 2 back of the Giants, and they can pull into first in that division.
Yeah.
And then we have St. Louis with 16 straight wins. Ridiculous. And I don't think they can catch their division.
I think the playoffs are already set. We're just racing for seeds right now.
Yeah, geez, I don't know.
Unless the Phillies come back and win.
And I mean, that would be,
Whoever, there's only one team coming out of that division.
yes, yeah.
The wild card is out of play.
Yeah,
So-
it really is. And if you're St. Louis, I think you're pulling for the Dodgers because who really wants to go to LA for the wild card game? I wouldn't.
To the Dodgers? Who are the Dodgers playing?
They don't play till Wednesday? Angels? That can't be. There's no way they get that many days off.
Did the Dodgers finish up already? There's no way.
No, not a chance.
I don't know. Either way, the
They're there.
Giants and Dodgers
Playing
are
the Padres.
at the very bottom. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, you're all the way on Thursday. They'll play late because they're West Coast, right? So yeah, they're playing the Padres on at least a 3-game set here.
Who wants to play the Cardinals on a 1-game playoff right now?
They might win 21 straight before the season's over.
I don't know.
I wouldn't want to play them.
Adam Wainwright getting it done at 40 years old. It's crazy.
Nuts. 16 straight wins for the
He
Cardinals.
was the ace when they won the World Series back in 07.
I was going to say 6, but you might be right. You might be right.
Very stellar career for Adam Wainwright.
Yeah, I mean, that was 15 years ago.
He's a
14
he might
or
end up
15
being on a
years
Hall of Fame discussion.
I think
Probably not. I don't know. That's a discussion for another day.
that is. Yeah, let's not even get into that. That's too much to handle right now.
Yeah. What else? What's going on in Wheatland?
Oh, sure. Let's touch on the old Wheatland League. Raiders this weekend went up to Cold Lake and managed to eke out a 62-0 win. The Lloyd Comp Barons went to St. Paul and swept by St. Paul 11-0. Good ball game, from what I understand. I wasn't there, but and Wainwright went to Bonnieville, beat him 32-14, which I think is a shock if you're just getting fantasy notifications like crazy here. What's going on?
Things are getting heated in our fantasy league this year. It's never like this.
Well, sometimes you get a little chirping, but yeah, it's gotten a little hot right out of the gate.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I'm gonna.
Do we have to put disclaimers in here before I say certain people's names on our show?
I don't think so. As long as you just say the first name.
I'll just say the team name. What's his team name? I can't even say his team name because it's inappropriate.
Which one are we talking about? Because there's a few of those.
We'll leave fantasy for another day.
Okay, let's leave that one alone. I'm going to be 1-2. This guy is going to be the only guy 3-0.
Yeah, that is true.
Sitting atop the fantasy league.
It's never happened before.
It's ridiculous. You used to be the butt of all our jokes, and now you're really showing us what you're made of.
Yeah, we're only 3 games in. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'd take a 3-0 start over a 1-2. But
yeah,
well
we'll
done.
see. Yeah,
Well done.
That's some young. Nobody cares about my fantasy team, but thank you.
Yeah. I don't really care. All I care is if I make the playoffs. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
I just need a ticket to the dance. That's all I need.
Yeah.
So, and somehow I normally squeak in there. I weasel in last minute, but Sticking with the Wheatland, St. Paul actually comes here to play the Raiders on Friday, 4:30 kickoff. Early kickoff because there's 2 games in Lloyd. Bonnyville comes here to play the Comp, and Wainwright goes to Cold Lake.
How many teams are in this league?
Just 6.
Only 6?
Yeah. They used to have Westlock, but they dropped out because they're horrid. They'd lose like 70-0 every game, and they're terrible.
And they're still materially in for provincial, same tier?
Yeah, 3.
There's
Comps 2.
Raiders are 3.
Raiders are 3. Yeah. So, I mean, if things keep going the way they're going, we should have a date with Cochrane again. And maybe we can exercise some demons, but that's a long ways down the road. So, NHL action. Preseason started. Excited?
No.
Why? We got lots of NHL
It
fans.
just means more work for us, that's all it means.
Well, I put out a poll on Instagram on our page.
Yeah.
NHL got big ratings, big rankings.
On what they want us to talk about?
Yeah. So you just order center ice and sit home and watch every game that comes along.
Yeah, we'll see.
You better get it. You have to. I'm getting it.
How much is it?
I don't know.
I thought
Doesn't
about getting
matter.
a Sunday ticket, but I never do.
Well, it's
They
part
even
of
have that
TS.
still?
Yeah, and I thought it came free to TSN subscribers this year, but I haven't seen it.
No.
Yeah, you haven't seen
No,
it either. There was some announcement, I swear, and it was like, yeah, free to TSN subscribers. I'm like, awesome. Haven't seen it. I get 3 games every Sunday. And in the afternoon, I typically get 1. I get the game of the week.
Yeah.
So,
And then sometimes you get the same game on 4 channels.
yes, every CTV channel has the same game. So, whatever. NHL.
That's because you're on the wrong side of the border.
Maybe. Maybe they blacked me out of all the other games
It
east
might
of
be.
us. So, Seattle Kraken won their first ever preseason game against the beloved Vancouver Canucks.
Mm-hmm.
So now I hate the Kraken. What do you think of that? They do have sick unis though.
I was going to talk about the unis.
They're nice. I like them.
Could you wear that color all day? You're wearing that color right now, kind of.
Well, it's more of a teal.
Yeah.
More blue in there, you know.
No, I like the logo. It's sweet.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Kind of like almost like Carolina Panther colors.
A little lighter, yeah.
A
little lighter
I
than
don't
that.
think they have a black. Where they got the whites, the dark blues, and the teal.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, they got pretty sick unis. I don't expect much from that team this year.
I only know 3 players on my team.
When you look, well,
I looked.
Everly's one.
But I gotta brush up on my hockey, obviously.
Man, when you look at the expansion draft between Vegas and Seattle,
Yeah.
like Vegas ended up stacked right out of that expansion draft. Well, they went to the Stanley Cup final, right?
Yeah, the first year, I think so.
Maybe they'll surprise me. Maybe Seattle will surprise me. I can't see it happening.
What are your thoughts on them not taking Carey Price? There is another reason behind that, I think.
That's a big contract.
Yeah.
Carey was finally healthy this year. Carried the Habs a long way, deep into the playoffs. He's a game changer, but his health is always in question. So, do I disagree with it? Not really. I think they're better off to try their chances at the draft.
I thought.
Not the expansion draft, like the draft.
There were 3 or 4 players who I thought they'd take for sure, and they didn't take.
Yeah.
So whatever.
I don't know if they're pinching pennies or I don't know.
I don't know. I think Ron Francis knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he turned Carolina into a contender.
I think so.
You know, he knows what he's doing. But yeah, Kraken win their first ever game. So, anything else you want to cover, Reed?
I don't think so. What do we got upcoming on Wednesday? We'll preview.
We'll talk
We'll
about
see
this
what-
Monday nighter, which
see what happens.
sounds like there's not going to be a lot.
We'll preview.
We got booms and busts. If we want to do that Wednesday,
Yeah.
we could do our locks. We'll see how it goes. We could save our booms and busts for Friday too.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe we'll incorporate something new for Wednesday. We'll see.
Yeah, we had Hall of Fame discussion last Wednesday, so we could circle back to that or find something different. But don't tell everyone yet, because we want everyone to tune in so they can see what we're doing.
We do have a couple of ideas brewing. right
Brewing,
now.
yes. Yeah,
So-
percolating if you will.
Yeah, super special.
It's going to be the best show out there. We're climbing the charts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be number 1. We're going to beat out Skip and Shannon uninterrupted.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Yeah. It's baby steps.
Baby steps. You and your baby steps.
Baby steps.
You got to trust the process, right? That's what it's all about.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about Ben Simmons more Wednesday too.
Yeah, not much action on that front. But yeah, there was a little bit, so we can touch on that.
Other basketball news too. Couple of
Do you
things.
want to touch on that now, or do you want to touch on that Wednesday? It's old news by Wednesday. You should maybe talk about it now.
Whenever I see somebody inking a new contract, that makes I get jealous of how much money people make sometimes.
Michael Porter Jr. is who he's referencing. We just signed a 4-year 207.
5-year max.
5-year 207. $207 million. I don't know what his averages were last year. He played okay, but
The Denver Nuggets shelling out their cash.
a max deal?
That's crazy.
Ugh. Yeah.
Young guy.
But they love that guy.
They do.
They've believed in him from day one, and he played well last year.
He did.
2 years ago he was shaky. Last year he was good. So
It's just so much money.
hopefully his trajectory just keeps going up. Hopefully he can stay healthy. I like the guy. I'm pulling for him.
Yeah, they have. I don't know. The Nuggets will be good.
I wouldn't have paid him a super max quite yet, but good on him.
Jamal Murray, max deal.
Jokic.
Porter, max deal. Jokic, if he doesn't already, he's getting a max deal.
Yeah. But he ain't getting in Denver. You can't have more than 2 max deals on your roster.
No. Is that a rule?
I think so. Well, the
Then-
Nets must have 3 max deals, don't they? Is Kyrie on a max?
I don't know. They're close.
I'd have to look. I'd have to look that one up, Reed. I don't even know. But regardless, MPJ secured the bag. He's rich.
Good for him.
He's rich.
Good for him.
Good job, MPJ. That's all you got?
I'm sure we got more contracts upcoming.
Yes, we definitely
So
will.
we'll get into those when necessary.
Yeah, tune in Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Sounds like we're going to stick maybe with this 8 o'clock thing. It seems to be working good
Yep.
for both of us. Of course, you can catch us here, Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts. We're all over the place. Everywhere you turn, we're going to be there. Right? Yeah. All right. He doesn't seem as enthusiastic about it as I am. But regardless, that's all we got for tonight. Enjoy that weather.
Yep.
Beautiful day. 25 degrees here it hit. Enjoy that beautiful weather, fall weather. And on that note, we are out.